Hey everybody. I wrote a blog recently about the hopelessness of hope, and quite a few people responded to that. Someone in the comments replying saying that hope is so important. Sometimes that's all that anybody has. Um, and then I've had a message from someone saying some readers may miss the great message because they may feel you're saying we are helpless pawns unable to change the world. Um, and a lovely relative of mine who works in mental health said, I've got to say it's the very toughest absence as a clinician to work with someone who is hopeless. Or being the person without hope, it's almost impossible to see around it at the time. Yes, yes. And I really get what everybody is saying. And hope can seem like this tiny chink of light in a dark tunnel. What one day this will be better. And like the commenter in the blog post said, sometimes that's all we have is that light. Except it's not. And this is the thing. It's never the only thing that is going on, because the thing that is going on that hasn't changed from our most happy time to our most desolate time is what we really are. And so even in that blackest of tunnels, what is allowing that experience to happen, what's making it possible is the consciousness, is the witnessing presence, is that awareness of a world arising, of thoughts arising. That hasn't changed. That is untouched, whether we're witnessing the most hopeless thoughts or the most happy, positive. The consciousness that witnesses them is the same. The life that is animating the body in which that experience is taking place is the same. It's the same life that is animating our pets or the oak tree or that animated us as a baby. That hasn't changed. That's constant. That doesn't fluctuate. It's the same intelligence. It's the same orchestrating, organizing force that is in that moment, beating the heart, allowing breath to flow in, flow out, digesting, um, moving hormones and nourishment around the body. It's the same. That's not changing. That intelligence of the orchestration that is making the sun rise and set, that is creating enough oxygen for us, enough light for things to grow. That's the same. It's just in that moment there is an absolute belief that what the mind is producing and experiencing is true. So the thought, all I have is hope, all they have is hope, is not true. Hope comes and goes. Hope is a sentiment, an emotion, a thought, a belief, an experience, totally transient. That comes and goes. That has no stability, and we can try and cling to it. We can try and make it stay in our lives. We can try and find it, but it's compared to the things that do not change, that are infinite, absolute, and which must be what we are. Because if what I am is this narrow box of beliefs, and then that goes, one moment I'm deeply, deeply depressed, deeply low, and then the next moment just dealing with life, just things happening. What am I? Where am I? What that can't be what I am, because the the existence of me is still there, regardless of what thoughts are coming and going. So this is really, it's a brutal message, really, because hope is a construct of that narrow box that believes that I am what I think I am. And the hope is that one day that narrow box of thought, of belief, of conditioned experience will be better. So hope is part of that construct. And it is what makes that construct, while I'm lost in it, I'm completely lost, I'm unconscious in it, that looks to be all there is, that looks to be what I am, what the world is. Hope makes that bearable. And we could say hope, as long as it's bearable, it's actually what's keeping it in place. It's making it more believable. It's saying, this is what I am, but one day I hope I'll be free. One day I hope I'll be peaceful. One day I hope I'll be a better person. One day I hope I'll have control over my mind, my emotions. That hope is like cementing in place this conditioned belief of what I am. And so the brutal message is, hope is not the salvation. Hope is not the savior. The salvation is the realization, or the presence to the fact that that temporary experience of self, of me, as separate from the world, that is a construct. That's not true. It looks absolutely true. It creates an unbelievably real experience of self, but it's not true, because it can change like that. And so we can spend our lives trying to match that narrow frame with what we hope it will be, but it's meaningless, because even when it does match it, there's always the possibility that it won't match it in the next 5 minutes or in the next week. That this experience of isolation and shame and fear is going to come back. So it's so temporary. The only peace, the only freedom, the only stability, the only sanity is to see that this ongoing experience of ourselves is separate from the infinite and absolute, from the intelligence of life, from consciousness, from peace, from love. That is an illusion. That is a mind and conditioned belief created lens. It's a film of what we are, and hope maintains it. Hope makes it more real. Hope simultaneously says, this is not okay, I'm desperate to get out of this. So it pushes it away, and at the same time it is keeping it in place, always. So we're going to get sane. And to the question, how, people might feel you're saying we're helpless pawns unable to change the world. Locked into that Groundhog Day of belief that Groundhog Day struggle to feel better, to have different experiences, to have a different idea, you know, to be a better person, all of that, locked into that, is just the same over and over and over again. Yeah, there's no change in that because it's an unconscious living of unquestioned beliefs. And we react to how this reality appears because it looks separate, but it's just a mirror of the conditioning. But fundamental change, transformative change, world-changing change comes from being with the discomfort, being with every emotion that comes up, being with that desperation to get away, to resist, to seek out something new, being with this right now, having the feelings in the body, seeing what the mind creates, seeing those patterns of belief, those patterns of construct that just go on repeat. Seeing all that, no need for hope. Really, no need for hope. It's here right now, because it's what we are already. We don't have to hope for anything. We are already the freedom and the love and the peace that we're looking for, but the search for it, the desperate hope that one day we'll be free, peaceful, that is hiding this infinite, absolute presence, consciousness, aliveness, intelligence that does not change. And that's what we are. Yeah. So this is an unapologetically brutal description of what hope really is. It's not doing anyone any favors. It's here right now that life is lived. This is all there is. Yeah, but thank you. I so appreciate the comments and yeah, the pushback on things. Yeah, but I think seeing something fresh around any resistance to what is right now, and how the what is right now is literally a portal to the truth of us. That's a gift for all of us. Yeah, thank you. Bye.